We're going to be talking today about all things tech and ADHD. I'm here with friend of the Focused ADHD program, David Wake. Love it. That makes me so happy. Like parent to parent, I feel that so deeply in my soul. So deeply. Yeah. Hey, what's up? This is Kristen Carder, and you've tuned in to the I Have ADHD podcast. I am medicated, caffeinated, regulated, and ready to roll. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Welcome in, come in, get cozy, get comfy. It is a blustery fall day in Philly today. Winter happened like overnight. I don't know what happened, but it is freezing cold. My guest is from California, so oh my goodness, I apologize for the Philly weather. But we're going to be talking today about all things tech and ADHD. What is it? What is it like working in tech, having ADHD? I'm here with friend of the Focused ADHD program, David Wake, and he has been an integral part of our membership for the last 3 years. I can't wait for you to hear from him. He trained as a coach and is now coaching adults with ADHD, and his journey over the last couple of years has been one that I have been so honored and privileged to watch. It is just like, I said this to Sarah when she was here, and I feel the same way, that it's like kind of mama bear energy, like being able to watch someone's ADHD journey and before my very eyes, watch them evolve and grow and develop into someone that is the same, but maybe more of themselves, maybe different than they were before. It is just such an honor. If you love this conversation, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel. If you're listening, if you're an OG listener listening on Spotify or Apple, I love you. Thank you for being here. Please press that review button. Please press that, the rating button. Give that little pod a 5-star rating, because your girl needs some dopamine. She needs some dopamine once in a while. And that, like watching those little rating numbers go up, like little by little, it makes my heart sing. It really, really does. I'm so glad you're here with me today. You're not going to waste your time by listening to this episode. I know that this is going to be an hour in which you feel seen. You are seeing yourself reflected in someone else's story. And I think that is one of the most valuable parts of these interviews, is being able to see your ADHD, messy, chaotic, like roller coastery self reflected in someone else, and know that you're not alone. Know that you're not the only one. Know that you're not the only chaotic brain on the block. So with that, I would like to introduce you to my guest, David Wake. David is a software engineer. He's from California, and he is braving the cold in Philly today. He's been in Focus for 3 years. He is trained as a coach and is now coaching adults with ADHD. He's here to share his story with us. David, thanks for making the trip.
Thank you.
It's so fun to have you here. I reached out to you, I don't know, a couple months ago and was like, you should come on the pod. And what was your like internal reaction when I did that?
Terror.
Terror. Like, no, don't make me do this. But you got on a plane and you flew into Philly and you stayed near Rittenhouse Square, which is just, I was like, oh, that's the perfect place to stay. And it's like 37 degrees out and blustery and windy. How are you faring the colds?
Well, I'd like to thank my wife for making me bring a jacket.
It's perfect.
I should have brought a scarf and gloves as well. But
a jacket will suffice. A jacket will suffice. Let's just start with your ADHD story. What has your journey been like? When were you diagnosed with ADHD?
So I was diagnosed in graduate school in 1997 or 8.
That's pretty impressive, because not many adults were getting diagnosed in the 90s.
Looking back, I think I was quite lucky.
Yeah.
So obviously I came from England originally. Then I went to California for graduate school. And I'd had difficulties back in England, and I went for help there. And they just told me, pull yourself together, try harder. the usual stuff.
Mm.
And when I came to California, I had the same issues,
Yeah.
and I asked for help there too. And they took one look at me and they said, "You probably have ADHD."
Love it. That makes me so happy. I'm curious, what were the issues that you were having? Like, take me back to your days in England when you were thinking, I think there's something going on. I really could use some help. What symptoms were presenting?
Well, I think I've always had symptoms back to when I was a kid. Um, not being able to sit still,
Yeah.
talking back to teachers, things like that. But I think when I went to college,
Yeah.
obviously the lack of structure makes things a lot harder.
Mm-hmm.
And I also had a lot of responsibilities outside academics. I was on a musical scholarship too. So I had to kind of organize a lot of musical activity.
Goodness.
So all of that together taxed my executive function skills way beyond breaking point.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, that was when I really saw things start to fall apart a bit.
And what did it look like when things were falling apart? Like, were you getting bad grades, or were you missing deadlines, or
Yeah, all of the
disappointing
above.
friends? Like
Yeah,
everything.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. And what was it like to hear from the clinician in England who just said, like, you just need to work harder? What was that?
To be fair, I don't think it was a clinician. It was just a kind of counselor.
Okay.
Um,
Like a school counselor, or was it through the
yeah,
NIH?
through the university.
Oh, okay, I see.
I mean, it was the kind of thing I'd been told before, so I wasn't that surprised.
Yes. Did you believe it? Were you like, yeah, you're right. I do just need to get
I
it
guess I
together?
had no reason to believe anything else.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I just want to take a minute and like feel for all of us who have been told that. It's like so crushing to feel, to first of all have the bravery to say to someone's face, like a stranger and probably someone in power, right? To say to someone's face, I need help. I feel like there's something going on. And then to be told, you're fine, you're just not trying hard enough. That hurts my heart. That hurts my heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bummer. What gave you the oomph, for lack of a better term, because that's the only word coming to my head, to reach out again for help when you were in the US?
Well, I needed help.
Yes. Oh my
I
gosh.
guess I didn't have anything,
Right.
any other source of help.
Right. Yeah. I needed help. Somebody needs to help me.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay, so tell me about your move from England. You came over for school, for grad school, correct? So you were young.
Yeah. Looking back, it seems crazy because I didn't know a single person in the US. I'd never been there. All I knew of it was TV shows.
Wait, what TV shows were you like kind of getting your foundational US stuff
I
from?
don't know. Back
Do you remember?
in England, they had like the A-Team and stuff like
Yes.
that.
So are you like, I'm definitely going to meet Mr. T?
Yeah, maybe something like that.
That's awesome. Okay, so you saw the US on TV shows, but what prompted you to be like, I got to get out of here?
Just the desperate desire to find something new.
Yes.
The thought that maybe there is something somewhere, a magic potion, a genie who can transform my life.
Yes. And if it's going to be somewhere, it'll probably be in California.
Maybe. I
Right.
mean, that was just the opportunity that was there with
Sure.
graduate study.
Okay. Wow. And what, like culturally, what was it like transitioning as a 22-year-old kid from England to California?
Well, obviously, it's not as bad as it probably would be if I was from a non-English speaking country.
True, true.
I do remember being disappointed by the lack of pubs.
By the lack of what?
Pubs.
Oh, well, if you'd come to the East Coast, I think you would have found more pubs.
Mm.
But yeah, I guess California is not really known for its
There
pubs.
were a few, but the campus was really big. You had to
Sure.
bike for like 10 minutes to get
Sure.
anywhere. So it's not just walking down the street.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's funny. Was it easy to connect with people socially?
Um, it took a while. I think it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that hard. I did quite a few activities, so I could meet people that way.
Mm.
So that
Were
was
you
fine.
doing musical things
Yeah,
at Stanford as
I was
well?
doing a bit. Yeah.
Wow. What is your instrument?
Well, I used to play piano.
Mm-hmm.
I used to play the organ.
Oh my
I
gosh.
sing. So I guess the singing is the most kind of
Mm-hmm.
the kind of thing you do in a group.
Yes, yes, yes. The organ
Hmm.
freaks me out because you have to use your feet.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's a wild instrument.
Hmm.
All four limbs are going at the same time.
Yeah, it's been a few decades since I played it, but it's a
That's
good
like,
workout.
yes, that is a wild instrument. Okay, so when you were diagnosed with ADHD, did you go on medication or like what supports were given to you at the time?
So they did give me some medication. I think it was Ritalin.
Okay.
I don't think it had that much of an impact
Okay.
originally. Um, and I just remember I had the diagnosis. It didn't seem to make a huge difference.
Mm. Did you stay on the medication or did you discard it?
I can't remember. I think I
Interesting.
did for a little bit, and then it probably fell by the wayside,
Sure.
along with most other things.
So what do you like? That was 1997. If you were to kind of sum up the next couple decades, like what was your ADHD journey through the next couple decades then?
Yes, so I dropped out of graduate school.
Interesting. I didn't know this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I was supposed to be writing a PhD.
Oh
So,
gosh.
yeah, that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
Uh, I I went into Silicon Valley because that was where I was.
Sure.
So I moved into that area. Um, and I think it was a relief to find that I could survive there
Yeah.
in a job.
Yeah. So what job did you end up getting?
I worked in software engineering.
Okay. And do you feel like that was a good fit for you?
In some ways, it's uh, it's good for having instant feedback.
Mm. Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Sure. So when you're writing software, if it's set up well, you can test it very quickly.
Mm.
You can see if stuff works. You can fix it if it doesn't.
Yeah.
So you have this constant stimulation, constant feedback
Yeah.
that I think works quite well.
Mm. And then if it's not set up well.
Yes, well, that happens quite often. It takes like half an hour to get any feedback. Yeah, so that's when, you start browsing the news or social
Yes.
media or something.
That's when the distractions all come in.
Hmm.
Yeah. Do you feel like software engineering is a decent fit for someone with ADHD? I don't mean for
Could
you to
be.
speak for everybody, but because of that, like kind of.
I think it's better than a lot of other things, put it that way.
Yes, that's such a good point. Okay. And so along the way, you found a partner.
Hmm.
So you're married, you have 2 kids.
Hmm.
Um, we don't really need to go into it, but I am curious, like, how has ADHD kind of affected that area of your life?
I would give anything to be able to go back and know what I know now before I had children.
Yes. Like parent to parent, I feel that so deeply in my soul.
Hmm.
So, so deeply. Yeah. Um, when you say what I know now, when did you learn that? Like what do you know now that you wish you had known before?
I think I know more about myself,
Yeah.
about my emotions, the way
Yeah.
my mind works,
Yeah.
but also just about how to help other people.
Yes. So then supporting your own family, supporting
Mhm.
your kids who may be neurodivergent, supporting just like being able to be there for them in a way that you probably weren't able to be when they were little.
Not as much as I wish I had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's probably such a common thread throughout all of us ADHD parents. Like And I don't know how to reconcile that. Like, I don't know how, and I mean, I'm speaking very personally for myself. I don't know how to reconcile, like, man, I am a different human than I was 15 years ago. My kids have a completely different parent now than they did 15 years ago. And how do I not carry grief and guilt and shame about that? It's a daily practice for me to surrender that and let that go. And for me as a person of faith, I'm just like constantly just trying to like establish like reconciliation and feeling like, okay, that's not my burden to bear, right? Like it is mine to make right with my kids, which I do every day, try to make it right. But it's just, I can't carry the weight of that. I don't know if that resonates with you or not, but just, it feels like a heavy weight to carry.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Woof. Okay. Not that you are going to be speaking for every single ADHD in tech, but I don't think I've ever interviewed, someone in tech on the pod. And what I love about this podcast is I love to bring different people with ADHD from different walks of life, from different, areas of employment, to just talk about their experience so that the listener can see themselves represented, right? And I think that is a beautiful part of this podcast, is helping people to not feel alone, helping people to see themselves represented, in someone else and be like, oh my gosh, yes, I feel that way, or I resonate with that. And so I'm just curious if we can talk for a couple minutes about, like, how long have you been in tech? 20 years?
A bit more.
25-ish years?
Yeah, around that.
Yeah. So I'm curious, like, when you think about an ADHD or in tech, for you, what have been like the highs and the lows? What have been the parts where you're like, okay, I can see how this part is good, which you already said, like the instant feedback. Tell me about some of the lows. What's difficult for you in the tech field?
I can think of some occasions when especially early on, I took on something and I didn't fully understand it. I didn't fully have the resources to do it.
Yes.
But I guess I lacked the knowledge or the self-confidence to come out and tell people.
Yeah.
So you just dig yourself into a hole.
Is that like the fake it till you make it kind of approach? Like, I'll figure this out. I'll just get it done.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. That's really tough. I think a lot of people in different fields would resonate with that, because, and actually Matt, when Matt was here a couple weeks ago, talking about like working at a company that he wasn't even sure what the company did. He was like, I do marketing for this company and I'm not even sure what the company does as a whole. And I think that, like, as ADHDers, we have this hubris a little bit. And I'm not saying this is you, but like, oh yeah, I can figure that out. I can make it work. And then kind of digging ourselves into that hole of like, oh, maybe not.
Yeah. I don't know if it's hubris. It's maybe just the only way you know. Because things don't, well, personally, I hardly ever do things the way I'm supposed to.
Yes.
So there's always a bit of kind of cheating or sneaking around.
Yep. Working around the system, doing it your own way.
Yeah. So sometimes that works and sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah. And sometimes I feel like that can really advance you because you're being creative, you're finding new solutions, you're innovative.
Mm-hmm.
And then other times you're in the hole and you're like, oh, shoot, how do I get out?
Yeah. It took me a very long time to feel confident enough to just say, I need help, or I don't understand this.
Yes. Why does it take confidence to admit that we need help?
Because otherwise you're afraid of being seen as a failure or an imposter.
Oh, I see. It's very counterintuitive to think we actually need confidence to admit either when we're wrong or that we don't know everything or that we need help. It seems like you wouldn't need confidence for that, but you actually do. You need a measure of like self-trust, self-assuredness to say, I cannot know everything and still be good at my job. I cannot know everything and not get fired, right? Like I don't have to know everything. That's really interesting. Not your current job, but in past employment spots, like have you felt like your team, your boss has understood you, or have you felt like you have needed to like fake it, pretend?
To be fair, I don't think I've ever been treated unfairly,
Mm.
but it's all in my head.
Oh, say more.
Just the fear
Yes.
that if I admit something, people will say I shouldn't be there.
Yes. So it's not necessarily the systems that have put that on you, but just your own internal like narrative.
Yeah.
How does someone work through that? Have you figured that out?
Yeah, it's a good question. Honestly, I think the work I've done in focus has helped quite a bit.
Can you say more about that?
Yeah, just feeling more at peace with myself.
Mm. So that confidence that you were speaking of. Yeah. And so when you're at peace with yourself, first of all, what does that mean to be at peace with yourself?
Good question. I think it's being able to view yourself as someone who's worthy of some degree of respect,
Yes.
which I think without realizing it, I'd spent my entire life not doing that.
Mm. So feeling like you would have to earn respect.
I guess, yeah. But earning respect was not something I ever felt I'd done.
Right. Because maybe you hadn't reached the level of competence in the certain areas to like gain it. Is that what you
Maybe
mean?
not, or I just didn't feel that I had.
Yes. Like the internal feeling of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. That's so good. Have you kind of like hacked together any tools or systems that have helped you in the tech field? Or is it mostly internal?
I think it's a lot internal. It's very internal. To be honest, the tool that everyone is using in tech now is AI.
Ah, yeah.
I don't think it's possible to work in tech today
Yeah.
without using it.
I mean, I could go on a tangent about that because, like, should we be concerned that AI is going to take over? Like, should I be scared?
I don't think so. I think it's just the newest iteration of the tools that,
Mm,
if you go back far enough, people were punching out holes in cards to program computers.
right.
And now we're asking ChatGPT.
Yes. You are one of the people that has kind of encouraged me and others in the community to rely on ChatGPT as a tool for different things. What are some of the ways that you use ChatGPT to support you?
It sounds strange, but often just as almost a voice
Mm.
to talk to.
So, what does that look like?
Well, just saying like, I need to do this, I need to do this. And it'll say, okay, try this, try this. And just having that interaction
Yes.
can make everything so different mentally.
That's so fascinating. So, what was the last thing or a recent thing that you've typed in? Like, I need to do this. I need to do this. Like, what? Give us an example of like what types of things,
At work.
or where in any domain.
I mean, to be honest, the most recent thing I did was, what should I visit in Philadelphia for 3 hours after this interview?
I love
Mm,
it. You've got 3 hours. We're in the heart of Philadelphia, one of the most beautiful cities on the planet. And ChatGPT told you what?
Liberty Hall, the market,
Yep. Reading
and
Terminal.
something called Love Park.
Yes.
Sounds very, very nice.
I think you might be disappointed with Love Park because it's really just a statue in the middle of a very busy intersection, but it's a cute photo op.
Okay.
Yeah, you should have someone take your picture and then you should frame it for your wife and give it to her for Christmas. I think I'll be your ChatGPT for that.
Okay.
I think that would make a great Christmas gift. Everyone with ADHD knows what to do to improve their lives. You go to bed at a reasonable time and you wake up early, make a list, cross the things off the list in order, manage your time well. Yeah, we know what to do, but ADHD is not a disorder of not knowing what to do. It's a disorder of knowing exactly what to do, but not being able to get yourself to do it. That's why ADHD is so frustrating. We're smart and we want to succeed, but we can't get ourselves to do the things that we know we should do in order to make improvements. That's why I created Focused. I'm a life coach with multiple certifications, and since 2019, I've spent thousands of hours coaching adults with ADHD. Time for me to focus on you. Hello. Welcome to your coaching call. I am going to be coaching you today on relationships. I know what it takes to help an adult with ADHD go from hot mess express to grounded and thriving. Focused is my monthly coaching membership where we go deep and we get to the root cause of what holds us back with ADHD. I'll teach you how to understand your ADHD brain, regulate your emotions, and accept yourself, flaws and all. With this foundation, we build the skills to improve life with ADHD. And not only do you get skills and tools in Focused, but you're surrounded by a huge community of adults with ADHD who are also doing the work of self-development right alongside of you. Dr. Ned Hallowell says healing happens in community, and I have absolutely found this to be true. As a matter of fact, listen to what actual Focus members have to say about being in this program.
What can I say about Focused? Full community of people who have issues similar to you, and no one judge you.
Focused has really supported me with my difficulties in asking for help. I've been encouraged and cheered on by the community.
I really like that you can do as much or as little as you want. It's not just about the volume of the content, it's about the quality.
Focus has helped me understand ADHD better.
I would recommend this to anyone.
I would thoroughly recommend Focused.
I can confidently say that this is one of the best decisions that I have made for myself.
So if you're an adult with ADHD who wants to figure out how to be motivated from the inside out and make real, lasting changes in your life, join hundreds of others from around the world in Focused. Click the link in the episode description to check it out. Are you inattentive or hyperactive or combined?
Inattentive.
You're inattentive, but yet we were just chatting off mic about how you prefer to stand. You stand for everything. You said earlier that you had trouble sitting still as a kid. I assume you still have trouble sitting still as an adult.
Less than before, but yeah.
Sure.
The plane ride here was challenging.
Yes. 5.5 hours probably. Yep. How does your inattentive, how do you feel like those types of symptoms present for you?
The sitting or?
I don't know. Just what does being inattentive mean to you?
I think it just means that I'm very liable to just lose the thread of something. Lose the thread of a conversation.
Sure.
Like when you and Matt were talking just now, I started kind of zoning off or thinking about what I was going to say in this interview.
Does it show up for you mostly in social settings?
It can do. Like if I'm at a party or a gathering and then everyone else starts talking around me, I have a tendency to just start zoning out.
Yes. That's so interesting because for me, when I get bored in those types of settings, if it's in a social gathering, I will instead make myself the center of attention.
Yeah.
Which I think can be annoying.
I kind of wish I did that.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? I feel like that's, I'm much more hyperactive and it's more like, let me get the dopamine that way, by starting a conversation or saying something out of pocket or embarrassing myself in some way just to kind of get that dopamine hit, which, yeah, it's interesting because I would kind of rather slink into into my own mind. I'm curious as we kind of wrap up this convo around tech. Can you think of a moment or a project or maybe something that happens often where your ADHD is a real barrier to you kind of like succeeding in that job?
I think anything that involves following instructions or a long series of instructions, or they tell us, go study this.
Is that your worst nightmare?
Not my worst nightmare, but it's not pleasant.
Yeah. And then are you the type of person, you said earlier that you don't usually like to do things in the sequence that someone else lays out for you. So are you maybe sometimes missing steps or like skipping over things, having to go back and correct? Like, is that kind of how it plays out?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
That's how if I'm reading a book, I will tend to do that, skip ahead, go back.
Yes. When you're reading, do you feel like you absorb it, or does it kind of like, do you have to like pull your attention back and reread the same paragraph over and over?
Yeah, quite often.
That's so frustrating, isn't it? Yes. Yes, it is. I know it is. Okay, so I'm curious, when did you start really learning about your ADHD? Like when you were diagnosed, were you told anything about what it meant to have ADHD? What was that journey like?
I think I was given like one sheet of paper or something like that.
Okay, sure. That
And
you
I can't
probably
remember
didn't
what it
read.
said. Yeah, I didn't read. I told to read a book, which I didn't read.
Yep.
That was it.
Yes. There were no podcasts at that time. 1997, I don't think.
Did podcasts exist then?
I don't think so. No. So when did you start really learning about it?
I would say just before I joined Focus, I'd actually seen a career coach.
Oh.
She gave me some exercises to do, like, where do you see yourself in 10 years' time? Stuff like that. Of course, I didn't do them. And then she got so sick of me that she told me I needed to do something about my ADHD.
Oh.
So it took me about 6 months. I found a coach. I actually still see my coach today.
An ADHD coach?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
So she was really great. And then I think I just got on a roll. I think I decided I wanted more than just, one session a week.
Sure.
So that inspired me to join Focus.
And what I love about you in Focus, David, is that you are on every call. I hope I'm not outing you here, because it is so fun, because you are there. Like, you are really a part, like an integral part. I already said it, but I really did mean it. It bears repeating. You are such a part of the community. So you knew what you needed and you went and got it. And that is admirable. Like you just said, I wanted more than once a week, and you went out and found it. And now, I mean, that is just such a fun thing. Okay, so what has it been like for you in Focused?
I think the community aspect of Focused has been huge.
Yeah.
It feels like it's a community where I don't feel inadequate in the way that I've felt pretty much everywhere else.
Yeah. That's awesome. Not only are you not inadequate, but you very early on began supporting people within the community in a way, just like on your own time, just for free, just adding a lot of value and giving such thoughtful feedback that I remember. Did I reach out to you and say, hey, have you considered becoming a coach? Did I do that or did I not? Because
You may have done. I can't remember, but I was interested in it anyway.
When did that start to happen for you?
I think almost as soon as I joined.
Really?
And also inspired by my own coach and what I saw in Focus.
Yes.
I decided this has had such a big impact on me. I'd like to do it myself.
Yes. Okay, so before we talk about you doing it yourself, talk to me about the impact that it's had on you. You're coaching with your one-on-one coach, coaching in Focus, like the coaching that you've received. What would you say has changed or like evolved for you because of that?
It feels like it's just opened up a whole side of me that I think was kind of frozen.
Say more words about that. That's beautiful. What was frozen?
I think the feeling that I had something to contribute to other people. I felt that I think there was always this feeling that even if I feel like I'm doing well at something, sooner or later, I'll hit a buffer.
Yeah. Yep. Sooner or later, is it like the feeling that like the other shoe is going to drop at some point?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not a fun feeling.
I feel like that happens with music. It happens with academia.
Mm.
And I think it was always to do with my ADHD symptoms revealing themselves.
Yeah. And then what do you feel like was kind of unlocked? Like, was it the potential for follow through? Is that what it was? Did you say I did a motion with that? Like I didn't need to do it. Don't need to be doing motions. Was it the potential for follow through, or was it just feeling like maybe there's hope?
I don't think it was follow through.
Okay.
I think it was just feeling that I had something to offer.
Mm-hmm.
Something, I wasn't just kind of surviving, which I felt I had been for much of my life.
Yes, that's so good. That's so good. At this point, you were in your 40s?
Late 40s.
Late
Yeah.
40s. And what perspective has that given you? That's hard. I know it's a hard
That's a tough
question.
question,
Even as I was
Kristen.
saying it, I was like, gosh, that's a really hard question. But like, you're in your late 40s and finally you're feeling like, I really have something to offer to other people. Like that must be so freeing for you or something. Like, how would you describe that?
It feels like maybe this is where maybe in an ideal world, I could have spent my whole life doing this.
So you decide to become a coach.
Mm-hmm.
What was the training like for you? What was that process like?
It was great. I actually did another training before yours, just because I had the opportunity to do it.
Yeah.
To get my feet wet.
Yeah.
So that was good. It got me some practice in coaching.
Yes.
And then your training was amazing.
Mm.
And I guess I just kept going from there.
Yeah. And what's cool is that you have been coaching so many people inside of the Focus program. What is that experience like?
It's great because you get to coach so many people.
Yeah.
It must be unusual the sheer number of different people. It's really good. It gives you a kind of kaleidoscopic vision of ADHD people.
That's such a great way to put it. Because you are talking to people from all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
And for 30 minutes, just hearing their story, offering feedback, offering wisdom, offering coaching. What do you see as some of the themes? I didn't prep you for this question, but I'm just curious
That's okay.
if anything comes to mind. Like some of the themes that are like common threads among people that you coach and focused.
Strangely, one of the commonest is sleep issues and getting up issues.
Yes. What do you think is behind that? Do you know?
Well, it's very common that people want to stay up late at night, especially if they haven't had time to do the things they really want to do during the day.
Yep. And then that makes it impossible to wake up in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
I'm prepping an episode on sleep that will come out in a couple weeks. And for our VIP day, as you know, Dr. Sandra Coy was with us and did a whole seminar on sleep. And I was just shocked at some of the things that we learned during that seminar. I can't wait to talk about them on this podcast. A little foreshadowing for you, my friends. What are some of the biggest changes that you have seen in yourself? So you've named like just having a confidence that wasn't there before. What about self-trust? What has that journey been like for you?
I guess it's similar to confidence. Just believing that I can do something, like come on this podcast, for example.
Yes. Get on a plane, fly to Philadelphia, arrive on time, have a conversation in front of people. Yeah. What were some of the ways that you coached yourself, or like what was some of like the internal dialogue that you used with yourself to get yourself to do this?
I think, well, to be fair, I think a lot of it was external. Just
Mm,
talking to other people
great.
and hearing that they thought it was a good idea too.
Yes. Part of that is also just like receiving people's feedback. Like you reached out to people that you trust and you said, "Hey, what do you think?" And they said, "Great idea. You should definitely do it." And instead of saying to yourself, "Oh, they're just saying that. They don't really mean it. I probably shouldn't do it." You allowed yourself to receive that feedback. And I think that that's one of like the primary parts of self-trust is, yes, it's this like internal self-connection and trust, but it's also leaning on people who are wise and actually receiving their feedback. When they say, "I believe in you. I think you can do this," taking that to heart and truly believing it, because it's not easy. Like we really need other people. So who are the people that spoke into your life about this?
People in my personal life,
Mhm.
some other people in Focused.
Yes. I love that. We always need, and I think that we have this misconception that self-trust is, I don't need anyone else. I trust me, so I don't need anyone else. But I think that is a piece of it, trusting yourself and like having that internal dialogue and connection. But then the other half of it is surrounding yourself with wise people and leaning on them for validation and saying, being able to say, like, "Do you think I can do this? I don't know if I can." Oh, I love it. Um, how has becoming a coach changed the way that you relate to you, to yourself? Do you do a lot of self-coaching? Do you
Yes, all
use
the
the tools
time.
on yourself? What
All
does
the
that
time.
look like for you?
It is harder to coach yourself than to coach other people.
Yeah,
I think that's a pretty universal experience.
100%.
When I'm in a difficult situation that would be hard for me and
Yeah,
has been hard for me in the past,
yeah.
maybe thinking how I would help someone else in a similar situation can end up
Yes.
helping me as well.
How would I coach someone else through this?
Hmm.
And then using that on yourself.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. I always think about myself as my most difficult client.
Hmm.
I'm like, I don't want to do anything that, my coach, me, tells me to do. I think
Hmm.
I know better. I'm very resistant. And so that's a really great way to kind of pull yourself out of the hot seat. How would I help someone else through this?
Hmm.
I love that. What has it been like for you learning about emotional regulation? Uh, I'm going to make an assumption and you let me know if this is true or not, but I'm going to assume that like in England, emotions are not really a primary focus of like parenting and raising children. Is that an accurate assumption?
I don't think it, certainly when I was a kid there,
Sure.
I don't think it was.
So
I'm not
like,
sure if that's specific to England. I don't know if there are many
right.
countries that used to do that.
That's so true. So what did emotional regulation look like for you as, let's say, a child?
I don't know. I mean, I just had whatever emotion I had
Yeah.
and ran with it.
And were you like exploding? Were you stuffing the emotions down? Were you yelling and screaming and having meltdowns? Like, what was that like?
There was quite a bit of yelling. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. And then as you began to learn about emotions, like through coaching and emotional regulation classes and that type of thing, what do you feel like you've learned?
I think I recognize when something is going wrong, something's going off the rails.
Yes.
Sometimes I would used to get these kind of low points in the day
Mm,
when often, say, I'd had a meeting and then I had an empty afternoon.
yeah.
And then sometimes that would feel very empty.
Yes. And then what would happen?
I think I would try to distract myself a lot
Yeah,
of the time.
totally. And so when that happens now, what are you able to do with that?
I'm able to try to, I think, talk to myself
Hmm.
to find a place of more warmth.
Yes. Ah, warmth is such a nice word. What what is that like? How would you describe that to someone? What does it mean to find a place of warmth? Is it like acceptance or
It's like this feeling inside you of literal warmth.
hmm? Would you say it's like the antidote, like the opposite of emptiness?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what are the things that you say to yourself to find that warmth?
Um, I think if I tell myself that I will take care of my emotions,
Mm,
that helps a lot.
yeah. It sounds a little bit like a reparenting
Hmm.
phrase, like, I've got you. You don't have to you don't have to hate this part. I'm going to take care of you. It's so interesting that like the empty space, I think a lot of ADHDers will resonate with that. Like the empty space on a calendar, even like on a Saturday, this deep feeling of, yeah, I don't like that feeling of emptiness. I really, really don't. And to meet that with warmth is just such a kindness.
I remember before I joined Focused, you did an episode about weekends, I think. And that was one of the things that really resonated with me.
Yes. That is something that I really had to be um, so methodical and cognizant and self-aware and self-coachy. Like it, I had to learn how to handle weekends because the blank space on the calendar, coupled with all of the expectations, I should be cleaning. We should do something fun with the kids. We should spend quality time together. I should meal prep for the next week. All of like these external expectations that I'm not even sure where they originated from, that I'm not even sure were connected to like what I wanted and my own values, and figuring out how am I going to handle this? And I said it on that episode and I've said it before, but saying to Greg, like, okay, what are we doing today? And him being like, I'm not your cruise director. I don't, I don't know. like, these are the things that I'm doing today. If you want to do something, like, let me know. I'm open to it. But I would look to him to fill that emptiness, that white space. And learning how to do that on my own was so hard. Oh gosh, it was so hard. I'm curious, what's your favorite part about coaching? Who do you love to coach?
I think I love coaching anyone,
Mm,
but just feeling that I've made a real difference,
yeah.
especially emotionally. If someone is feeling very distressed
Mm,
and I can help them, that feels good.
yes. Do you enjoy walking people through like an emotional regulation practice? Is that what you're talking about? Like
It
sitting
can
with
be.
them
Yeah,
in their emotions and helping them navigate that?
sure.
Yeah. You have such a peaceful energy. Like your vibe is very peaceful. And I can imagine that being in the space with you of coaching and just having you as a sounding board would be very reassuring for a client. I am sure that that is true. Yeah. That was a compliment.
Thank you.
Um, how can people get in touch with you if they want to coach with you?
Well, I have my website, so you can go there.
What is your website, sir?
It's called David Wake ADHD Coaching.
Oh,
Very imaginative.
I mean, listen, my website is not imaginative either, but sometimes you just got to make it real, plain and simple for all of the people. David Wake ADHD Coaching. I absolutely want to recommend you as a coach. I have seen you help and serve so many people within Focused. The feedback and the thoughtfulness that you bring to your coaching and the questions that you ask and the warmth is a word that you use, but there is a warmth and a peace that you bring. I'm just so pleased to have you, first of all, as a Focus member and someone that's contributing to the community, but then also someone who's just out there serving the ADHD broader community at large. I think that there are so many people who need to be served, and I'm just glad that you're one of the people that are taking up the cause. So thank you for doing that.
Thank you.
Yeah, this has been so much fun. Listener, I highly recommend that you reach out to David if that is something that you are feeling pulled to do. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share this episode. We're so glad that you were with us today. This is just it's a sacred space when we get to talk about ADHD and our journeys and just like the ways in which we've been able to grow. And I'm so glad that you were here with us. Please, please join us again next week. We will see you then. Bye-bye.